At the moment, there are more buyers than homes on the market around here. That's leading to some tough competition with some of those new houses getting multiple offers.
Yeah, so if you're looking to buy, you may be forced to make some difficult choices. Josh Gauntt with what you can expect and how those decisions could impact you.
It's one of the largest one-level living homes.
If you're in the market for a home, you're not alone. It's about as competitive as ever right now, thanks to low interest rates.
We've been married for a couple months.
John and Taylor Massey have been house hunting for a few months and are finding out just how competitive it is.
Every house we've looked at, they've been selling pretty quick. It's pretty much we look at it and it's gone not too long thereafter.
Local real estate broker David Emery with RE/MAX Southern Homes says buyers need to have all their finances in order first to help them stand out in the offer process. And your decision to make an offer can't really wait in this market because the home may not be available the next day.
If it comes up on the market and you've got a good agent working with you that knows it's coming up, gets you in there on the first few minutes it's on the market, you've got to be ready to make an offer.
So what makes you stand out in the offer process? A lot of homes are selling at the listing price or above. Emery says you need to be somewhat creative, and he's also seeing a trend of people making offers sight unseen.
When they hear about it coming on the market, they go ahead and write an offer and submit it to the seller for consideration.
Emery says there are obviously some contingencies where at some point allow the buyer to look at the property, but he says going ahead and writing an offer gets them in line beforehand, and in some cases he's seen sellers stop the process and make the deal if the offer is that good. Emery says buyers are also making some concessions just to get in neighborhoods they want to live in.
Everybody has a wish list, and you kind of have to really prioritize the couple of things that would keep you from buying the house and the couple of things that you could live without.
Emery is also seeing a trend of people carrying a home inspector with them when they see homes for the first time. The inspector does a mini inspection. Then Emery says if there are no major issues, then you can make your offer non-contingent on a home inspection.
If you go in with no contingency, your financing is in order, or you're paying cash for a property, it puts you kind of up there at the top when the seller's considering those 6, 8, 10 offers on the table.
Buyers are also choosing not to have inspections at all.
Looking for cracks, settling marks.
And that can lead to big problems. A buyer recently called home inspector Zach Irvin about it. Irvin is the CEO of Smart Move Inspection.
It was just a laundry list of problems, foundation issues, electrical issues, plumbing issues. And unfortunately, they were in this position of they needed a house. There wasn't anything on the market.
And Irvin says that cost them big time.
Now they're going to be thousands, tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage that they're going to have to pay for themselves, all that could have been headed off with the home inspection.
Irvin says the buyer's mentality was they needed to have the best offer so they didn't lose the house, and that's something you need to take into consideration when putting together that offer. This story is one of a series that focuses in on the housing market. Next week, I'll talk with the folks over at the Birmingham Business Journal to get their take on the business side of the market. And I'll let you know how long these low interest rates may last. And if you have a story suggestion or a question about the housing market, shoot me an email at jgantt@wbrc.com, or you can find me on Facebook. I'm like many people in our area, I just bought a home. And I can tell you that despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the housing market is booming. You probably heard me talk about it the past couple of weeks on TV. Right now, the housing market is on fire. Just ask any real estate agent.
We're seeing all-time pent-up demand for homes, and we have an unbelievably low inventory out there.
Historic low interest rates continue to be a driving factor. Interest rates hit a 12th record low this year, now hovering around 2.78% for the average U.S. 30-year fixed mortgage rate. According to Market Insider, rates are now the lowest in Freddie Mac data that dates back nearly 50 years.
Birmingham's housing market, the inventory, as experts would say, is very tight. So there's not a lot of availability.
Hanno Vanderbell covers the housing market for our news partners at the Birmingham Business Journal. The BBJ reports more homes sold locally in October than they did in the same month last year, by more than 20%, according to the latest market report by the Birmingham Association of Realtors.
So realtors have said, because of the pandemic, homes that have like big yards and, like office rooms, those have been and like playrooms, those have been very attractive. I mean, those go even faster than other homes.
Homes aren't staying on the market long, on average about 35 days. And homes are selling at almost 99% of the listing price. According to the bar, homes on average are selling around $275,000. In Jefferson County, over 950 homes sold at just over $282,000. And down in Shelby County, just over 500 homes sold at over $320,000 on average. Mortgage purchase applications also increased by almost 24% in October compared to this time a year ago.
And it's a great time to be a seller.
Local real estate broker David Emery with RE/MAX Southern Homes says in this hot market, you need to have all your finances in order first to put you in front of the line of homes that are receiving multiple offers in a few days to even a few hours of being on the market.
You got to stand out, you know, and some of the ways to stand out are obviously with the money. So it's not unusual for houses to go well above the asking price now. And that's hard for some people, you know, because real estate's always negotiable.
With a housing market like it is, how long will the low interest rates stick around?
We're going to be this way at least for another 18 months. All indicators that I'm aware of from the financing side of it, rates are not going to go up. They're going to be stable at this historic low amount. Inventory is going to remain low.
You may be asking yourself, is now the time to refinance my home? A lot of people are taking advantage of it. I'll talk about that in our last part of this housing market series next Monday. Of course, you can look at all of our reports up to this point right now under the Investigators tab on the News app. When you become a new homeowner, that laundry list of things you have to do seems to never end, including the laundry. That list continues to grow the longer you stay in a home. With interest rates so low, many people are now adding refinancing to their laundry lists. Amanda Jordan and her family recently decided that refinancing their mortgage was the right move.
We saw how much equity we had going in the house, so we just decided to take advantage and just do refinance with no cash out.
Jordan says their payment really didn't change because they went from a 30-year fixed rate to a 20-year, but their interest rate dropped from 3.9% to 2.65%. They're saving about $100 a month and shaved 8 years off their mortgage.
We're going to be able to pay off our home in 20 years, and you know, hopefully that'll be about the time our kids finish college and we'll have a house paid off. And I mean, it's just a great feeling knowing that we'll have that financial freedom a whole lot sooner.
Historic low interest rates are driving everything right now. Pam Kohler is a senior loan officer with Fairway Independent Mortgage. She's staying busier than ever.
It's a great time to purchase, great time to refi. It makes the homes more affordable, makes the payments monthly, of course, more affordable. So it's just really been a busy season.
While refinancing may be a good way to possibly lower your monthly payment and save some money, it's not for everyone though. It can be costly because of closing fees and other charges. Kohler always asks her clients what their needs are first.
You want to make sure that based off of the cost of the refinance, will you break even before you get ready to sell your home? If you're not going to break even, then there would be no reason to add additional costs back into your mortgage balance.
While refinancing is great, Kohler says purchasing a home may be even better. She works with a lot of first-time home buyers, repeat home buyers, and people who are upsizing or downsizing their homes.
If you thought about refinancing, who knows, it may be a great time to put your house on the market and buy another home, and maybe your payment won't go up, and if it does, it's very little, and then again, it may not go up at all just because of the affordability that the payments, you know, are with the lower interest rates.
Starting in December, refinancing may cost you a little more in fees with something known as the adverse market fee. But Kohler says she wouldn't let that hold anyone back. Just keep that in mind if you plan on making any money moves with your home. I'm Josh Gauntt, WBRC, Fox 6 News on her side.